Okay, what's going on, guys? And welcome to a brand new episode of Energized. Ross, the Energized team just got a bit more good looking.
It did indeed. It did indeed. As you can see, we are joined by the real deal, Dylan Moran, the Dungarvan destroyer. Dylan, how are you doing?
Oh, brilliant. I'm doing good, guys. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all.
We saw over the weekend you're getting to it, getting the business done over in Valencia in Spain. You're now 14-1, Dylan. Dylan, how did that come about?
Literally, I was taking a break from training. I'd moved home from Liechtenstein as my contract had finished over there, and I just got a phone call. Do you want to fight in Spain in 10 days? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Got myself in the gym, got the weight down, and went to Valencia a week before the fight. Done some training out there, and had the fight last Saturday night. All went good. It was only 4 rounds, as like I said, there wasn't much training done, but it was an exciting 4 rounds, and we got the win.
Yeah, how did that fight all come about, Dylan? Because obviously, we've kept in touch a lot since we had you on the show. As I said off air, if you haven't checked out Dylan's podcast with us before, we go through everything. How we started out boxing, and I'll put that at the very, very end. So make sure to check that out. But Dylan, how did this fight come about? Because myself and Ross are constantly we're looking around who we're in touch with, and all of a sudden it's like, I think Dylan's fighting this weekend. No.
At a crazy time in the world, boxing has stood still for most. And when I came home, Conor Slater, he's a guy who's been helping me from day one. I've built a great relationship with Conor. He knew I'd be kind of head under the water a bit after the contract going bust in Liechtenstein, and he was pulling strings to make fight happen for fighters all around the country. And he said, look, Dylan, I can get you out in Spain, at a time when people can't get dates anywhere. And I was like, Jesus, Conor, nice one. Thanks for getting in touch. I didn't even have to think twice about it. I was like, let's go, and got back in the gym. Went out there with my team and Conor and Stephen O'Rourke's team from Dublin. And we had 3 good wins out there. There was 3 Irish lads on the bill. And it was a great night of fighting.
Yeah. I actually wanted to get into that, actually, with the other Irish lads on the card. Had you met Ryan or Rabbi before?
Yeah, I'm very good friends with the lads. Yeah, very good friends with the lads. Anytime I'm in Ireland, when I'm not away fighting, I spend a lot of time up in Stephen O'Rourke's gym. And I have a good relationship with all the lads. It was deadly to be out there with them. And like I said, the 3 of us got the wins, so happy days.
3-0 for Ireland. On the lads.
Yeah, on the lads.
Dylan, obviously before, when you had this contract with the Liechtenstein-based company, you were building up a lot of steam as well, especially with the pizza thing. I think when you wore the whole pizza onesie thing, it was brilliant. And I made sure to always come with the pizzas and everything. You're picking up a lot of steam. You're having good back and forth. Can you tell what exactly can you tell us that happened with the Liechtenstein dream? Because over there you look like you're living it.
Absolutely living the dream over there. I was brought into the office on a Monday morning. I was training the pizza fighters with Dennis Ilbe. He's the German champion. That fight is still going to happen. It's made. It's just on the shelf with all that's going on in the world. It's just a matter of when. It's nothing got to do with me or him. I'm bang up for it. He's bang up for it, to be fair to him. And it's just a matter of when a promoter can put it on. The promoter that's going to be running it doesn't want to do it behind closed doors. He wants to pack out an arena. So the 2 of us are in a position where we can wait. In terms of Liechtenstein, I was living the dream over there. It was a beautiful part of the world. Had an amazing contract order, met some amazing people. But with this coronavirus, it just had to be pulled. The plug in the company had to be pulled. We were brought into the office on a Monday morning, and the boss man just said, lads, look, I can't keep funding this and not being able to run events to make any money back, and it is what it is. I was on a flight in Zurich airport at 6 o'clock that evening, back in Ireland at 11 o'clock that night, scratching my head, wondering where did it all go wrong. So, but look, I'm used to it at this stage. There's nothing boxing can throw at me that I won't get over or get past. And I'm past that already. It only happened 4 weeks ago. Spain put it behind me. And I'm on the phone all day, starting out another date, and I should be out soon. I'll be able to announce my next fight, and it should be in 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, I remember you put out a post after being you've been knocked back so many times in boxing. I remember even when we had you on the show last time, you thought about hanging up the gloves, but you stuck it out. Are you now just used to this sort of stuff happening? You can't get any curveballs thrown at you because you feel like you've taken them all.
Yeah, this is it. I'm like, I've been through it all, and a relatively young career, you know, but I've been through it all. There's nothing that's going to surprise me going forward. You know, I'm just going to keep working hard, and I'm at a stage where it's like I've come too far to stop. You know, I'm all in it now, so I just need to keep working hard and see where it ends up. The reality of it is, my last fight with Ilbay was for the WBC belt, which would have put me in the top 15 in the world. So I'm getting there. It's all within touch and distance. Like I said, unfortunately, this Corona happened. It is what it is. I got a win Saturday. I'll be back out in 4 weeks. And in terms of my next contract, I'm going to be going back to Germany. Can't announce anything yet. Just waiting for the business side of things to be ironed out. And I'll be grabbing my bag and gone again.
And Dylan, do you think that Irish boxing, from a male standpoint now, is really starting to show the next wave of talent? Obviously, there's Victor, yourself, Ryan, McKenna brothers, you know, Mikey Conlon, and John O'Carroll. Like, there's an absolute wave of talent of Irish boxers that we probably haven't seen for about 10 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the list goes on again past everyone that you named out. There's a lot more. And, you know, I'm just dreaming of a time where...
We only named the people we're mates with.
Yeah. And I'm just dreaming of a time where boxing comes back in Ireland, you know, because you see all them names. Can you imagine when there are shows happening in Ireland and the arenas like the Tree Arena and that getting sold out? You know, that's the dream, and it has to happen. I don't know, is it going to be anytime soon? But, like, I'm only 25, I'm 26 in December, but hopefully, like, it happens before my career is over, because that's every Irish fighter's dream, to be fighting at home. You know, I know heading to Germany is good in that, but home is where it's at, and hopefully one day it'll happen.
I think in terms of the MMA side of things, obviously, like, McGregor's not going to fight back in Dublin. Well, he's retired at the moment. But you see Bellator, and, like, they stack the deck full of Irish talent. And you're waiting for some boxing promoter to come in and stack the deck with Irish talent in the boxing and to give everyone a show that we want to go see. I can't remember the last time the Tree Arena had, like, a proper boxing event where it was must-see TV.
I know, and, like, we're all just waiting for it. Like you said, the talent is there. The Irish love the boxing game. They get behind you. There wouldn't be enough tickets in the Tree Arena, you know, if you had to put all them names on a bill. But it's just a matter of when. Past the Tree Arena, another dream of mine is Waterford. You know, I need to have my homecoming down here. That's always part of whatever contract I sign. I'm putting it to the promoter that, look, I'll fight wherever, but I need to have a homecoming in Waterford. So it's only a matter of time before that happens also.
Yeah, I think even with sort of social distancing and getting people into stadiums or whatever, you know, you might have to have a fight in somewhere like the Aviva Stadium just to house everyone. Yeah,
I know. Look, like I said, it's just a mad time in the world. It's really crazy, you know, and being over there with the Germans, and I've been speaking with a lot of promoters, and it's a hard job for them to do as well and make do. But we're going to have to come up with something. Spain, like I said, for me last weekend was a very well-run show, and hopefully somebody in Ireland comes up with the same idea and makes it happen.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to doing over the next while as well, Dale? Like, obviously we've seen stuff like Eddie Hearn's had the stuff in his backyard, and that's gone unbelievably well. Like, I mean, obviously it's a separate sport, but like the UFC have done Fight Island and they have the Apex. Like, is there, what are you sort of looking to do? I know Ross brought up the Aviva, and then you said Waterford, but like, what do you think is more realistic over the next maybe possible couple of months, so they try and drip?
What's realistic for me, for my career, speaking for myself, I'm going to keep busy while I'm here in Waterford. Like I said, I'm going to have another fight within the next 4 weeks, I think. By then, everything should be ironed out in Germany. And when everything is back to normal in Germany, I'll be going back over there, making the Dennis Ilbay fight happen. It's a fight I'm 100% of winning. And as soon as I win that belt, I think my homecoming is more than possible to achieve then. I'd like to bring in Dennis O'Cott from America, the guy who beat me, and have a grudge match in Waterford. So they're the plans that we're talking about. So exciting times ahead.
Exactly. Ross,
what date are you looking for in around October?
Roughly. The 8th.
The 8th, grand. Just how we know this time. There's no surprises.
Yeah.
We have people message us looking for streams and all.
Do you know what it was? I actually kept it last minute because I was like, I didn't believe it was going to happen with this Corona. And I was like, I'm not putting my name on any more bad news. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, I'm just going to keep it quiet till I'm out there. And when everything's happening, I'm going to say, I'm fighting Saturday. But there'll be plenty of notice for the next one. Hopefully I'll have it all a done deal this week, and I'll have all details up.
Brilliant.
Perfect. And hopefully it's a few more Irish on the card as well.
Oh, there is, yeah. There's a good few of us heading over. I just need to start out my part of it, and I'll be going with them.
That's class. It's like a team.
Yeah, it is.
Literally.
There's literally 5 or 6 of us going.
That's class.
Well, that Team Ireland is undefeated these days, so let's keep that up.
Yeah. Well, here, Dylan, we know you're a very busy man. Thanks for a million jumping on, and we're going to have to do it again when we know the build-up.
Yeah.
8th of October, is it?
Yeah, 8th of October. Get that written down in the diary, Basmo.
Hey, guys, a pleasure speaking to you as always. Keep smashing it.
Brilliant. Yeah. If you are new to the show, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow Dill and get onto him before the 8th of October because this is continuing. But Dill, best of luck and we'll stay in touch, right?
And Dylan, as always,
stay energized.
He loves it. He loves it.
So, Ross, that was Dylan Moran on the show. Your best mate.
Yeah, lovely fella. I love the way he loves saying "Stay Energized." He was buzzing for it, wasn't he?
Did you know he was going to be buzzing for that?
Yeah, he's always buzzing for it.
No,
yeah,
he's a great lad, to be honest. Yeah.
So,
but, Ross,
I suppose there's plenty of mixed martial arts to be had, Basmo. So let's get into it.
Yeah. So for the people that were here watching Dill's interview, thanks, man. If you want to stick around, we're now moving into the world of mixed martial arts. Ross. So over the weekend, Conor McGregor was
arrested.
Was arrested again. Now, like we were just writing down, should we even start with this stuff? But the people.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. Basically, he's been accused of flashing, is what I would call it.
Yeah.
It's sort of weird that this comes in terms of sexual assault. I'm not like saying if he did do it, obviously disgraceful. Like you can't be like flashing your bits at someone, but he didn't actually touch the other person per se.
What is?
No, I'm not like. Obviously, it comes under the term like sexual assault, but I don't even know if it's true or not. Apparently, some woman says Conor McGregor flashed his dick at her in the bathroom. That's what happens when you have co-ed bathrooms. You know what I mean? Like they just have a men's toilet and a women's toilet. It was in a restaurant. Apparently, he was really intoxicated. Did this happen? I don't know. Did he was he pissing in the urinal and then turned around and hadn't zipped up his trousers yet? And then next thing she was like, "Oh my God, he flashed me." I don't know. To be honest, and until I hear any more details on it, I'm not going to make judgment or pass judgment.
Yeah.
He came out saying he absolutely denies absolutely every part of it. Just never happened. She says someone looking for a payday.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time someone's come after him looking for a payday. So I suppose we'll just leave it at that. And that's what happened. That's what's been said. And I never want anyone to ever think that we're shunning away from that or we're these McGregor fanboys who refuse to talk about him doing something bad.
No, we've definitely talked about it because we realised the majority of our videos when we talk about Conor McGregor get the most views. But another obviously who really knows, he knows. But there was on the No Jumper podcast, there was a girl on and Chief Keef's baby mama to be exact. But supposedly Odell Beckham, she slept with him and he likes to get shit on. And the internet blew up over this because supposedly he likes to get shit on. He was like, today is a shitty day. He posted on Instagram again. So some people can just say this stuff trying to get money or fame or clout, or else they could be telling the truth. Who knows? But I'm just showing from two different sides of the coin. But speaking of,
there's been plenty of women doing that. Didn't some girl go on a podcast and oh yeah, I gave 7 basketballers a blowjob at the same time?
Yeah, that was actually from the same podcast, but 2 episodes before that. Oh no, yeah, an episode before that. You know what I mean? This is just supposedly the girl gave blowjobs to 7 guys from the Suns, the Phoenix Suns. So those dudes know who they are. And lucky number 7 was not lucky that time. But Ross, it would have been a good pun to say, speaking of shit things, the UFC card that just happened over the weekend, Michelle Watterson took on Angela Hill. Michelle Watterson won by decision. Some people say Angela Hill should have won. But either way, I think myself and you are slightly biased towards a karate hottie, and the karate hottie got the win. But there was a knockout of the night you definitely wanted to touch on here, but from Otman Azatar.
Yeah, Otman Azatar knocked out Karma Worthy. Karma Worthy looked really, really good in his previous fights, but this guy is just someone to definitely look out for in the lightweight division. He is undefeated. I think he has maybe 9 or 10 wins by knockout, a lot of them in the first round as well. So fair play to him, very impressive.
Yeah, shout out to our mate Billy Quarantile getting the win as well. And then Ross, one of your favourites, Bobby Green, got the win as well. And I hear a massive shout out to Roxanne Modafferi getting the win against Andrea Lee. She should be like the babe basher or something. Everyone she fights and beats is pretty good looking. Who's the other girl that fought with Ben Askren?
Maisie Barber,
yeah. But
there
Ross,
you go, the babe basher.
Ross, obviously people were tuning in to see him winning your like 7 out of 10 faces, but 10 out of 10 bods. And Dylan Moran for a 10 out of 10 face and 11 out of 10 bod. But this weekend, Colby Covington is taking on Tyron Woodley. And I know this isn't for a title, but there's something about it feels like it's like a title fight. You want to say about?
I think this is one of the most organic and largest grudge matches UFC has had for a very, very long time. These people really dislike each other. And they dislike each other so much. Like Jorge Masvidal has even gone to Tyron Woodley's gym to train with him, try and beat Colby Covington. Colby Covington is a notorious Donald Trump supporter. We're not going to get into politics about it, but like sort of the people who are voting against Donald Trump say he's a mad racist, probably including Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley like is almost saying he's going to beat Colby Covington up, and he's calling him a racist, and Colby Covington saying stuff like, instead of it's not Black Lives Matter, it's Blue Lives Matter. You have to support the police force. They're doing a good job, you know what I mean? And they're the ones who are killing the poor unfortunate guys who died, like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and stuff like that. So it's a real heated grudge match. These guys do not like each other, and this beef will definitely not be squashed after this fight.
Did you see the handshake between Colby Covington and Donald Trump?
No, I didn't, but I heard Donald Trump gave Dana White and Colby Covington a shout out at his rally.
Yeah, no, he shook, and then it almost looked like Colby like bowed or tried to kiss it. Oh, it's so weird looking. Like, but
I saw a meme about it, but I didn't see it, and I was like, oh, I don't really like Colby Covington, so I'm not going to go to the effort of looking up that video.
Yeah, well, if this had happened like pre-Kamaru Usman, the title fight for both of them, it would have been a totally different story, because Colby sort of admitted that he's not really this character. So now he's trying to step back into it in a way, put the old boots on. But Ross, like Colby, like Tyron Woodley's after losing 10 rounds in a row, which is unbelievable, because he was one of your like favorite fighters. I remember this back to the Wonder Boy days. And then like Colby Covington, like I know he lost Kamaru Usman, but like what a fight that was. And put
it this way, if it lasts another 3 minutes, it could have went his way.
Yeah. Ross, going into this one, what are you expecting? I'm expecting very high level.
Yeah, I think so. I think one thing that Woodley is not afraid of in this fight is Covington's punching power. And I think Woodley's angry for this fight. I think he respected Usman, but he liked Usman. And he was doing all this other stuff. And I think he was like, well, my wrestling in college is better than his wrestling in college. Mind you, like Tyron Woodley's 12 years out of college, so it's a long time since he was, on the mat.
What was that called? What was your band called who went back to college, stay in college?
Oh, Van Wilder.
Van Wilder. I was thinking of Ferris Bueller, but yeah, Van Wilder.
Yeah. I expect Woodley to go in here and get the knockout. I feel like we're going to see him explode like he has done in previous fights against the likes of Robbie Lawler, and be able to get that job done. And I don't think emotionally he'll let Covington back him up for the whole fight, and that's where Covington is at his best, when he's backing up his opponent. And I think Woodley's not going to let that happen. Someone in his corner will slap him and be like, Colby Covington is making a show of you, and then he'll be like, right. You almost need to make Tyron Woodley angry. I feel like he hasn't been angry in a while.
Yeah, but he's after losing his last 10 rounds, Ross. Why isn't this weekend is the weekend he actually gets his ass back in gear?
I feel like it's the opponent more than anything. I feel like when he was fighting Usman and he was fighting Burns, I think he felt like he had the right to win, if that makes sense. I felt like he just had to show. He thought he had to show up on the day, and Tyron Woodley would be enough to get the job done.
Well, do you think it's possible that is the sole reason it almost looks like his soul was taken, to quote Robbie Lawler?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I think it's a very much a possibility that Tyron Woodley went in there and couldn't believe how prepared these guys were for him. And he was concentrating on his rap career and working for TMZ.
How's that going?
Well, I haven't seen him do any raps recently, and I haven't heard him having his own show on TMZ anymore. So maybe it's back to the grindstone and back to fighting.
Yeah, it's bad when Jake Paul's getting more hits in his music than you. Ross, like, as much as you like going through Tyron Woodley's career, once became champ, the way he started trying to act really cool, I was like, I didn't really, I went a bit off the bandwagon. But like to see him in his last two fights just totally get manhandled, and it almost looked like he was allowing himself to lose by that much as well. It was strange. I cannot back Tyron Woodley to win this fight, and I'd have to go with your main man, Colby Covington. But I think it's going to be a decision. I think Tyron could knock him out or break his jaw, as graphics as that sounds. But Colby's coming off a massive jaw break against Kamaru Usman. That finished him in the last fight because he was 2-2 going to the final round. Ross, like, what happens to Tyron Woodley if he loses his third fight in a row? Because obviously Donald Cowboy Cerrone's on this card as well, and he's lost 4 in a row, or if not 5.
Yeah, and I also I'm not too keen on that matchup for Donald Cowboy Cerrone either. Nico Price is a tough out and a very dangerous opponent in the first round, which is exactly what Cowboy does not need. Tyron Woodley, if he loses, he's looking at dropping the whole way down to sort of outside the top 10 opponent next. He's looking at fighting maybe a Jeff Neal or a Neil Magny, or they might throw him someone like Kazmat who, let them make an aim off him.
I know, someone mentioned Kazmat, and I was like, oh shit, like you do not want to lose this weekend to then have to fight Kazmat. Like, no way, especially with him and Dana White's rocky relationship. But just a random shout, where does Colby go from this? Like, if he gets the win, is he number 1 contender?
He definitely throws his name in the hat in terms of pay-per-view buys and in terms of, fans clamor to see a fight. Put it this way, if they were doing a UFC countdown or if they were doing a UFC embedded, which is going to get more clicks? Usman versus Burns, Usman versus Edwards, or Usman versus Covington 2? I think we all know the answers to that.
What if they even put Covington on like the same week that Donald Trump was meant to be elected, or this, that, and the other? Which also could be the debate could be between Biden, Donald Trump, and led by Joe Rogan as well. That's something when you brought up politics.
America's a crazy place. It's a crazy place.
How unreal would that be? Fucking hell, man.
You might as well get Joe Biden and Donald Trump in the octagon and let them have a knock as well. We're at it. Joe Rogan on commentary. Herb Dean on referee. The Dean of Mean.
Okay, Ross, we'll move on. Also, we mentioned that Cowboy Cerrone taking on Nico Price. Ross, what are you expecting here? Cowboy Cerrone coming off like one of his fastest losses in history.
Yeah, big time Conor McGregor shoulder strikes. Look, Nico Price lost last fight to Vicente Luque, but I sort of expected that. He's had some bizarre wins, Nico Price, and he's very much kill or be killed. Yeah. He's had 18 fights and 1 decision. So I expect a finish here. I expect this could be one of the rounds of the year. I like Nico Price to get the job done the first round. I feel like he just has enough knockout power to get the job done. And Donald Cerrone's chin is not exactly perfect.
Yeah, the way Cerrone lost last time, he was like, was it deer in headlights?
Yeah.
It's hard to back someone like that the same way Tyron Woodley, so I'm going to go Nico Price as well. Ross, this next fight, Kazmat Chimaev taking on Gerald Mears card, is one of the most talked about fights on the card. The way like Kazmat is already booked in for the next UFC event on Fight Island to take on Damian Maia. I don't know if the contract's been signed yet, but Mears card is totally getting overlooked here, and he's really, really not happy about it. But
no, he's not at all.
Well, obviously not. But I mean, like, Chimaev, in my eyes, is the real deal. The first time I said eyes him, let alone the time when he fought Reece McKee.
Yeah, when he beat John Phillips, it was very impressive. He was able to knock him down, finish him on the ground by submission. He showed his full arsenal. And then when he fought Reece McKee, as much as I hate to see it, he actually steamrolled him.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to expect, that level of steamrolling here. You know what? Gerald Mears, as much as like people want to, sort of write him off and just say he's in there like a sacrificial lamb, I mean, he's got an awful lot of submission wins. I think he's got 23 submission wins, so he's very dangerous on the ground. And he's got a few knockout wins in there. So Daniel Cormier said Meerschaert's main goal should be to be able to inflict as much damage on Kazmat as possible. Win or lose, just have him not be able to take that Fight Island fight. That should be his goal. And I think that's pretty solid advice. If you look at Meerschaert, is he going to ever fight for UFC title? Probably not. But if he was able to get a win over Kazmat, and then Kazmat goes on to do mad things in the UFC, he'll always be able to tell his kids, yeah, well, I beat Kazmat Chimaev.
Yeah. Like, do you know what? Looking at this card right now, I think like the person who's getting me the most excited to see them fight is Kazmat Chimaev as well, which is so random. But
would you call this fight the people's main event?
It is. I think it really is. This is like I totally believe the hype in Kazmat. Like I've seen it. I've seen how much damage he can inflict on people, and they can't even get a dig. And these lads are professional fighters. So
yeah,
like,
and they're not exactly low level as well. Like John Phillips has plenty of wins in the UFC. You know, Reece McKee was about to fight for the Cage Warriors welterweight title, and next thing you know, Kazmat comes in, he smash.
He does smash. Yeah, I think. Yeah, like I know Meerschaert is feel a bit like hard done by, but when that many people get on that roller coaster to be like, this is the next star, people are just ready to ride that wave. That's what MMA fans love doing. So we'll go for Kazmat, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Then one of our own, Johnny Walker, aka Johnny O. Walker. He's taking on Ryan Spann. Ross, Johnny Walker is back in action.
Yeah, full camp out of SPG. Yeah. Doing plenty of wrestling training with Will Fleury. Look, I expect Johnny Walker to come in here and get a knockout. Ryan Spann, he's decent, but let's be honest, he's not going to ever be fighting for the UFC title. Johnny Walker, on the other hand, looks like if he could get his grappling in order, he could definitely fight for the UFC title. You know, Ryan Spann had a split decision win over Sam Alvey. I think if Johnny Walker fought Sam Alvey, he'd have him out there fairly sharpish. So I expect Johnny Walker to win there and do the business against Ryan Spann. The only thing I will say is this is going to be one of the tallest light heavyweight fights of all time. I think both fighters are 6'5". They're both gangly as hell.
Yeah, and Johnny Walker is like a spider monkey in there as well.
Indeed.
Ross, also Mackenzie Dern's taking on Randa Marcos in this card as well, and Kevin Holland's taking on Darren Stewart. That should be a good fight to open up this card as well.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how Mackenzie Dern gets on. Like, she's going back down to strawweight. Can't she make the weight? Like, she's like misses weight misser. So let's see how that goes for her. She looked good against Hannah Cyphers in that fight. And then, you know, Darren Stewart and Kevin Holland are like both on the cusp of breaking that top 15 in the UFC. I'd be interested to see where they can go.
Yeah. Also, the fight before that, Mirsad Bektic is on it as well. This is actually a very, very good card compared to the cards we've been seeing, Ross.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely a better card than I've seen in a while. Yeah,
that's how it goes down this Saturday. Ross, is there anything else to say about the UFC before we move into Bellator? Because they're making huge announcements this week as well.
No, I think that seems to be it. It looks like we might be getting Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Dustin Poirier seems to have negotiated his way out of a fight. I don't really like the way Dana White's come out and publicly said that. The only thing is, until you actually hear the figures that Dustin Poirier is asking for to fight Tony Ferguson, you don't know if that's true or not. And that's one thing that we're always in the dark on in UFC negotiations. We don't know how much these fighters make. We don't know how much they ask for. Therefore, we don't know whether we can deem what they ask for to be fair or not.
Yeah, also, Poirier is very much a company man, from what we can see.
Put it this way, he's not afraid to fight Tony Ferguson. I can tell you that. And if I had to sort of put it this way, I think Poirier versus Ferguson definitely adds a good few thousand pay-per-view boys onto that Khabib versus Gaethje fight.
Yeah, but does Michael Chandler not do that as well? They're like, oh, what then can the Bellator guy do, you know?
Oh, no, he definitely does. I'm not taking away from that, but I'm sort of just defending Dustin Poirier that he's asking for an extra chunk of change to fight Tony Ferguson on a pay-per-view card.
Yeah, okay, I get you. Also, I'll share the Keane Cowley. He's fighting this Thursday. This show will be out on Thursday as well. Ross, right, Bellator 2 events on over the weekend. The first one was on Friday. It was being headlined by Phil Davis against Lyoto Machida. Phil Davis won by decision again. We both predicted this.
Yeah, he did. Split decision win for Phil Davis. Look, he has a good chance of fighting Nemkov for the title next.
Yeah.
Why not put his name out there? Unless Bader asks for an automatic rematch, he might get that. But I think Phil Davis versus Nemkov is an interesting fight.
That's probably.
And that'll be a rematch as well.
Yeah, and then Katzengano won on her. That's her Bellator debut as well, isn't it?
It is indeed. Yeah, she won fairly handily as well.
Yeah. Then Juan Archuleta is new champion in the bantamweight division. He defeated Patchy Mix, who was undefeated going into the fight.
Yeah, he did. It was a solid performance, but like, what a star-studded corner that Juan Archuleta has. Cub Swanson and TJ Dillashaw in his corner. You know, like staring across that corner must be a tough look.
Yeah, that's a great corner. And then John Fitch actually retired after his submission loss to Neiman Gracie.
I remember meeting his wife. She was a lovely woman.
John Fitch's?
Yeah.
Shout out Mrs. Fitch.
Well, let's have a look at this European series that Bellator is going to run, because this looks absolutely epic, no?
Which way do you want to do it in order? Because they've announced 4 events.
Well, we'll start off with our good friend of the show, Fabian Edwards, is fighting on the 26th of September against Costello Vanstinas. So that will be an epic way to start off. This was originally slated for the May London card as the co-main event. Yeah. But this time, the two lads will get main event status. Also, our mate Will Fleury is also fighting on that card. So, great way to kick off that with an all middleweight title fight. Mike Shipman's also fighting someone else on that card as well. So, there's a few good middleweight scraps there.
Yeah, these are all happening in Milan, by the way.
Yeah, and then you go to October 1st, and we get Paul Daly fighting Derek Anderson. And then if you go past that, also Milan, October 3rd. Oh, I assume that's going to be a Friday and a Sunday, is it? October 3rd, Sunday? No, October 3rd is a Saturday. So it's a Thursday and a Saturday. Yep. Bellator pulling out all the stops here. James Gallagher is going to fight Cal Eleanor. Also, rescheduled. This will be his 3rd time made, because you had May, October, and now in October elsewhere. I assume this was going to go down the Dublin card. Yeah, so you have that one. That one is going to be very highly anticipated. The winner of that could possibly fight Juan Archuleta. Why not? And then we go to Paris, France. The first time an MMA event has ever been conducted in France. We're going to have Czech Congo versus Timothy Johnson. But this is the big one. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most. We get Michael Venom Page, MVP, versus Ross Houston. Basmo, which of the fights are you most looking forward to?
It has to be MVP versus Ross Houston of all them, to be honest, man.
You think so?
Well, even it happening in France, like, I mean, the James Gallagher Cal Eleanor one, haven't really heard people talking about that in a while. Daly Anderson, haven't heard anything at all. And then, what was the one before that?
I think there was...
Oh, Leon Edwards against Vanstinas.
Yeah. No one's really Fabian.
Yeah, so like people are really talking about just the France one. They've said that the main event isn't something people are overly hyped on. Yeah, but like Czech Congo and his French roots is something that they feel like it's really going to drive the card. There's going to be fans in the arena as well. So,
well, I just think in terms of everything Czech Congo's ever done for the sport, he should be allowed headline in his home country.
Yeah, it's just if you're looking at the matchup, Houston versus MVP is the one that everyone is licking their lips to. That's just what I think.
It'd be a brilliant co-main event. Also, you have, when they go back to the Mohegan Sun, Chris Cyborg defends her belt against Arlene Blencow. I assume that's an absolute gimme for Cyborg. And then Gegard Mousasi will also fight Douglas Lima, all in the month of October. Bellator, well done. Possibly the greatest month of fighting in their entire history as an organisation.
Yeah, a lot of the Irish lads are after announcing they're coming back into action as well. So we'll definitely.
Yeah, I assume they'll be scheduled all across the Milan cards.
Yeah, it's going to be like I just saw there's like as you said, Will Fleury be on it. Like there's going to be more Irish names added to the card.
There'll be a lovely 2-week holiday in Milan for John Kavanagh.
Definitely, actually, yeah. And then like also next week, then like Cage Warriors is having this 3 nights in England. Like that's going to be some class fights on the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then also UFC 253 is going to be on Adesanya versus Costa. So we're going to be back next week previewing that. We'll probably have one or two of the lads on to discuss their fights or how they got on, and then things are really.
Yeah, we'll be coming at you like Cleopatra. We'll be back with a bang next week. Next week will be big show. Apologies, the show went out a little bit late this week. I turned 30 on Friday, and I was away on a little staycation, so I missed out on doing the show on Monday.
What do you mean you turned 30?
I'll turn 30 on Friday.
This Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said turned.
Yeah, but I'll turn 30 on Friday. In case you're watching the show on Friday or Saturday.
All right, Ross's birthday is on Friday for people that speak English.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, will I show you something I got you?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pause it for a second.
Make sure it's a live reaction now.
Yeah, this is live reaction.
Okay.
All right, so obviously people listening on Spotify, make sure to like and subscribe. On YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. Ross is 30 on Friday.
And if you're on Spotify and you want to see the gift, you have to move over to YouTube, go to the end of the show and look at it.
Right, so basically, as you know, when you follow Energized, we make a load of like pictures that are like edited, but some of them are real. So the ones when we're with like Bruce Buffer, that's real. But when we're with like some like Dana White, it's not real. So I got Ross a t-shirt.
That doesn't even make sense.
Got the t-shirt with Dana White. So that's not even really us with Dana White. I just sent them out.
Yeah. I love the way Dana White and Bruce Buffer on like equal spectrum. It's like when we met Bruce Buffer, it was real, but when we're with Dana White, it's fake.
But it actually looks real. That's the
yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I got you a couple of other things as well, but I was like, fuck, I'll show you something here now anyway.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. But no, I got you some other stuff as well. I was like, here, I may as well show you now.
Right, that's actually gas.
Yeah.
So guys, if you like that t-shirt and you think it's absolutely cool, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and as always,
stay energized.